What's up, guys? Hope all is well with you. Yeah, I'm tired today. I decided let me do a live. Try to do them more often. Anyway, it is Thursday. I hope you all are doing well. Um, it's New York City. What's up? And today is the weather is weird. It is so weird. What was it? Saturday? I was walking around with a coat. Me and my BFF, one of my BFFs, we went to get some tea and stuff. And I was walking around with a winter coat on. Hi, Domingo. Yeah, I was walking around with a winter coat. And then the next day, it was raining. I had to go somewhere, Long Island. And then the next day it was hot. And then Thursdays, I'm in the office and it was hot. Then it was cold. This weather's weird. I swear they messing with the weather. For real, excuse me. I swear they messing with the weather. I just don't want to be sick. Anyway. I have so many things to talk about. Listen, I was looking at what was her name? Kelly Price. Kelly Price, it's so odd to me. She got on a talented singer. She got on her IG Live and talked about this promoter. And I just thought it was so, I don't know, I thought it was so strange because you don't really, you hear artists talk about promoters, but you don't really hear them vent on it. I don't know. But anyway, I saw some of her live and she was talking about how the promoter, and I guess the promoter did pay a deposit. I really hope so. And she was talking about by the time, I think it was in Texas. I'm not for sure. I think it was in Texas. And when she got to Texas, the promoter switched up and was like pretty much trying to get her to go on stage and perform, and it was a packed house. And let me tell you something, guys, that gave me flashbacks. But I not in that terms, but it gave me when she said that, it gave me flashbacks of when I was managing a producer. But this was the crazy thing. This was not even in the States. This was overseas. And it was my first 5-city. Wait a minute. Yeah, 5-city. It started off as 2. Then it up to 4. And then I was able to get it to 5. So it was a 5-city Australian, New Zealand tour, right? And the promoter kind of tried to do that. But I was 10 steps ahead of the promoter. The promoter, I guess it was it was the last show for this producer, and the promoter was like, okay, I'm ready for the producer. I was like, well, where's the deposit? Because I already got, where's the remaining money? I already got the deposit before the person even went over there overseas. But I just didn't play with stuff like that. And and it's so crazy because you want everything to come out perfectly. This is your first tour and everything. And Kelly Price talked about how this promoter, she had a pack house and he did not pay her and she did not perform, which I don't blame her. But I was just wondering, why was she getting on social media talking about it? Because it was just like, well, this is stuff your manager's supposed to deal with. And then when she started talking about it more, how she saw it was a pack house and the fans was like, where are you? And we're waiting on you and blah, blah, blah. Yo, I have flashbacks of that. And the crazy part of, like I said, it was international and it was overseas. And luckily I had to stay up late because I just wanted to make sure everything is good, because the time difference in New York and New Zealand and Australia is totally off the wall, totally different. So I remember telling my client artist at the time that, listen, like, you don't want to stress out your client while they're on tour by themselves, or make them feel some type of way. You want to make them feel as comfortable as possible, but at the same time, you got to be honest with them to the point if something really bad happens or is getting to that point, you have to tell the artist. So the promoter at that time, he was doing good until it was time for the last show, and he was just not wanting to pay. So you know what I did? I decided to, okay, this is the time I need to tell my client what's really going on, starting to go on. So then he knows we're both on the same page, and that my client could stay in his room until I tell him to leave and go perform. And I will tell you, thank God, my client listened to me, like really, really listened to me, and he was happy and he was good. And I was like, don't answer the door. This is crazy. I told the client, don't answer the door until I get the remaining payment. And the promoter was trying to run game, and I was 10 steps ahead. And at the last minute, I was like, listen, if you do not pay us the remaining balance, that is it. That's the last show. I think had already did like 4 shows already. So it wasn't like we was missing too much, It's on you, and you have a lot of explaining to your fans, and that's pretty much it, right? And he folded because he was like, damn. He's like, oh, I'm going to the artist to answer the door. He's not answering. He's not coming out. And I'm going to tell you, the teamwork at that time makes the dream work. So in this situation with Kelly Price, it gave me flashbacks. Unfortunately, that promoter, I think it was in Texas, he probably didn't even have the money. That's what I'm taking. And why would you even waste your time and embarrass yourself and your brand, and word travels fast, if you don't have money to pay the artist? That is, to me, that's like you're making yourself look bad. It's already worse if black owned, and then you're trying to get more business. If other artists find out stuff like that, whether they're up and coming, major, whatever, they find out you doing that stuff, it's like kind of like you blackballing yourself. So in this sense, I'm just grateful I wasn't in her situation. And Kelly Price is like, when it comes, like, she's been in the business for, I think she said 25, 30 years. I think 25, something like that. She's been in the business for a very long time. So it's just like, wow, these promoters are still trying to do that. So but I just never understood why she was on social media talking about that, because I think that should have been her manager's, issue. That's what we deal with. So, but yeah, unfortunately, she didn't get a chance to perform, and all those people went and paid tickets, and they didn't get to see Kelly Price. I'm just glad I have never been in this situation. I need to still knock on wood and everything else, that I won't ever be in a situation, because it's like, that's not good. You want things to run smoothly. And if a flip side, if I was doing promotion, or if I was promoter, I would make sure whoever I'm booking, that I am good on my end, so they can't say anything and they're going to want to come back. What people don't realize is that hospitality is everything. And whether you are the promoter or you are the artist, you have to show humbleness, professionalism. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes professionalism can go out the window because people will try to test you or whatever. It's a time and place for everything. But throughout the years, I've learned your emotions, don't show no emotions unless need be, unless it's a serious line to cross. Like, just keep it moving and not take it personal because it is business. But I just noticed that.